Hello and welcome. I'm absolutely thrilled you've decided to join me here on the very first episode of the Dr. Brooke Scheller Show.
Today's guest, Dr. Brooke Scheller, believes in the power of nutrition.
She just released her debut book, How to Eat to Change How You Drink, and it's one of the first of its kind to leverage nutrition when it comes to reducing or eliminating alcohol. She's also very well dressed.
Yes.
Very well dressed. Dr. Brooke, thank you so much for joining us.
My name is Dr. Brooke Scheller. I have worked in nutrition and wellness for over a decade. And most recently, I have done a lot of work in the intersection between nutrition, alcohol recovery, and mental health and wellness. I'm a doctor of nutrition, a researcher, an author, and honestly, I'm someone who has spent years in the trenches helping people, including myself, to feel dramatically better using the power of their body's own chemistry. We do that with food, we do that with tools that help to support the nervous system, and we do that through alcohol reduction and recovery. So what is a doctor of clinical nutrition? It means my focus is on finding the root cause of symptoms and not just managing them. Over the course of my career, I've had the privilege of seeing thousands of patients in my clinical practice and seeing firsthand how some really small shifts in their diet or lifestyle can completely transform their mood, their energy, their sleep, and their relationship with their own mind. But I'm also not just here to rattle off a bunch of textbook facts. I'm here because I'm really passionate about cutting through the noise and the misinformation that is everywhere in the wellness space. And I realize that so many people are struggling with issues like anxiety, fatigue, poor gut health, overuse of alcohol or other substances, and we're being told and sold a pill for every ill. We're also being told that alcohol is a great tool for self-medication and that it's really not that big of a deal. Well, is it? We're going to dive into it in this series. But what if the answer is literally on your plate? It is literally in front of your face in how you manage your nervous system, how you support your body, how you choose and use food as your support system. My mission is to empower you with evidence-based, actionable knowledge that really and truly will optimize your brain and your body. This show is built on one core principle. Your brain and your body are one interconnected system. We're not treating things in isolation here. We're looking at the bigger picture and how everything is connected. We're talking about functional health, how your body functions optimally, and not just how it looks or what your basic blood work says. We're going to be talking about how we can dive deeper into laboratory testing or other tools that can help us learn more about what's really going on. So here's a sneak peek at some of the topics that we'll be discussing. First, we'll be diving in more on the gut-brain axis. This is literally the superhighway of communication between your gut and your nervous system and your brain. Now, you may have heard that about 90% of your serotonin is made in the gut. This is why it is so important that we take into account how we're supporting our gut and our microbiome on our health and wellness journey. We'll talk about the science behind this connection and how the two really work together to communicate and support and influence your mood, your mind, anxiety, and more. We'll talk about how probiotics, prebiotics, and specific foods can actually support your brain function by the way they support your gut. We'll also talk about how a stressed gut translates to a stressed mind and how we can work on both the gut and the brain to support the opposite system. We're also going to talk about nutrition and alcohol reduction or elimination. You don't have to be alcohol free, you don't have to be sober curious, but I am going to share more about the biochemical support and healing from long-term alcohol use. My journey is that I went sober in 2021 and it completely changed and transformed my life, and I've seen it transform the lives of hundreds of my clients. This isn't about shame. This is about support. It's about giving you knowledge and understanding of how alcohol influences your body. We'll talk about some nutritional strategies that your body needs to heal from the effects of long-term alcohol use. We'll also talk about liver support, B vitamins, blood sugar balance, and specific supplements that can help kick cravings and stabilize your mood so that you don't feel like you need to take a drink. We will also dive into hormones, mood, and metabolism. We'll talk more about hormones beyond just sex hormones. So we're not just talking about menopause, perimenopause, but we'll talk about how cortisol and stress has an impact on sleep, our energy, our body composition. We'll talk about practical nutrition strategies to support our adrenal health and support stress management. And we'll talk about balancing hormones naturally for better mood and consistent energy throughout your life cycle or life stage, no matter where you're at in your journey. We'll also talk about gut health and mental health and dive deep into these two topics and how they influence one another. We'll move beyond general advice into specific conditions. So we'll talk about things like IBS, SIBO, leaky gut, how these can directly contribute to anxiety, depression, and brain fog. We'll talk about testing options that you can use to learn more about how to get deeper into the gut and know what's going on. We'll talk about targeted supplementation and foods that you can use to heal your gut. And we'll also talk about the 4 R's of gut healing so you can start putting together your own plan. So whether you are here because you're tired of feeling anxious, you want to improve your relationship with alcohol, go alcohol free, or you're just sick of having a grumpy gut, this show is for you. We're going to dive deep. We're going to get nerdy, one of my favorite things. And most importantly, we're going to give you tangible, action-packed, science-based steps that you can take right now. So don't miss a single episode. Make sure to subscribe to the Dr. Brooke Scheller Show. That's where you'll find the video, written transcripts, scientific links, links to products that I suggest, and the specific action steps from every single video. So thank you very much for watching the first episode. I can't wait to start this journey with you. I'm Dr. Brooke Scheller, and I'll see you in the next one.